everyone. Thank you for joining. People may keep trickling in here over the next few minutes, and that's fine, but I don't want to wait any longer. So thank you for joining us today. I'm Sarah DeFeo. I am Chief Program Officer here at OCRA. Glad you're here with us. We have a great group of OCRA team members assembled here this afternoon to tell you all about the ways you can get involved in OCRA and really the larger ovarian cancer community. And my colleagues will tell you some of the ways you can do that, from advocacy work, volunteering for peer support, fundraising, educating providers. There are lots of opportunities to get involved. And if we have time for Q&A at the end, which I think we will, we can do that. I'm not really going to say much. You guys have heard a lot about OCRA already. I want to encourage you to visit the OCRA booth. A lot of great information there about OCRA, about our programs, some good resources. As you know, we're the world's largest and oldest ovarian cancer charity, and we really focus heavily on funding research to find a cure, but we have a lot of other programs as well, and you'll hear about some of those now and ways you can get involved. So we're going to get started, and we're just going to sort of move from one person to a next. So Chad Ramsey is going to get us going. Chad is our Vice President of Policy, and he's going to tell you all about our awesome advocacy programs and how you can get involved. Chad.
Thanks, Sarah. You know, normally back when we were in person, I would be, at this point in the day, I would be, my face would be tired from smiling and talking so much and meeting so many new people. I would have given out a lot of business cards, and I have all my business cards here and my face feels normal. So I wish that I could see you all, be with you all, and talk with you all now about the work that we do and hear about you and your stories. I always find it so gratifying. But I've met a bunch of you in the different networking rooms and other places. So I'm so glad to be able to address you here. So advocacy. So when we talk about advocacy, we're really talking at OCRA about what we can do to help patients and the ovarian cancer community in general on Capitol Hill and at the state house level, through changing laws, through trying to get more federal support for programs to conduct research or provide education and awareness programs. And we are really the only ovarian cancer organization out there that seeks to make these types of change amongst the legislators. And we take that responsibility very seriously. We're honored really to represent the ovarian cancer community. I've been with the organization for 6 years or so, and it's some of my most gratifying moments are when I've been on Capitol Hill with an army of women clad in teal as they go across the Capitol building and meet in their senators and their members of Congress, and they can make a real difference. And it's really astounding to see the impact that their advocacy has had over the past few years. In the past 5 years alone, we've seen a huge increase in federal funding for ovarian cancer programs and research across all levels of government. And so it's really been a rewarding experience for all of us. I want to tell you a little bit about our Advocate Leaders Program. If you can go to the next slide, that would be great. We have an Advocate Leaders Program. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So people who are interested in joining the program can go to okrahope.org/advocacy. And I can tell you that just yesterday, we opened up our portal for applications for the 2023 year, which is hard to say for me, 2023, but it's the upcoming year. And we would be really excited if folks are interested in becoming an advocate leader. We have a program where we teach you about advocacy. We teach you about how to affect change amongst your legislators, how to have a meeting with members of Congress, how to have meeting with your local official, how to send messages, how to send email, how to send social media messages that can have an impact. And we do that as part of this Advocate Leaders program. We only ask about 2 to 4 hours a month of your time. And we also give you an opportunity to meet with people who are very like-minded all across the country. Right now, we have just over 100 people in our Advocate Leaders program, representing 45 states across the country. So if you're interested at all in becoming an advocate leader, we would love to have you apply to be a part of the program. We give you a lot of training at the beginning of the year. We have an advocacy day in March where you'll meet with members of Congress. Looking at the people on this list here, I can see one of my favorite former advocate leaders, Susan Layton, who you'll hear from later when she talks about another program. But she became such a well-known quantity from her members of Congress that they would either run away from her when they saw her, or they would smile really brightly. So it's those kind of relationships that you can foster through becoming an advocate leader that can have a big impact on the environment, for healthcare, for ovarian cancer patients across the country. So I'll stop there, but I'll be around, and we have a session later on today at 5:30, I think, on the Advocate Leaders Program, and I would encourage you to join. But I'm going to pass it back to Sarah now, who's going to, I think, hand it over to the next department.
Okay, so thank you very much, Chad. That's great. So next up we have Diana Maynard, who is our Associate Director of Events. Diana.
Hi, everyone. As Sarah said, I'm Diana Maynard. I'm the Associate Director of Events at OCRA, and I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite subject, which I know is fundraising. Here at OCRA, we affectionately refer to everyone who fundraises for us as an OCRA hero. All it takes to be an OCRA hero is the desire to take the way you've been impacted by ovarian cancer and turn your passion into purpose to raise funds to fuel our mission. There's so many ways that you can get involved. I could spend a day telling you all the ways that OCRA heroes raise funds for us, but instead I'll go through just a few of these ways that you see on this slide here. So ovarian cycle, you may have heard of it. It's been around for about 19 years, going on 20. That's really our signature event. It's an indoor cycling event, but over the last few years, we've seen that morph into ovarian fitness, where people are doing yoga or Pilates or even virtual workouts, boot camps, self-defense classes, following the same format, but raising funds and rallying their community in support of our mission. Those events are hosted all around the country, wherever our volunteers take us. So if you're interested in learning more about an event in your area or maybe starting your own, please let us know. If you don't have the bandwidth maybe to plan a fitness event, but you're still looking to be active, or maybe being active is a passion of yours, you can participate in one of our virtual fundraisers. So every winter we host 23 for Hope, and Chad, 23 for Hope will be in 2023 next year. But that's where we ask people to do 23 minutes of a physical activity, donate $23, and invite 23 friends to join them. So we do that in recognition of the fact that every 23 minutes a woman is diagnosed with ovarian cancer. So it ties in our mission and makes it more meaningful for the participants. We also recently started these Facebook challenges. I don't know if anybody has seen them, but right now we're in the middle of a 60-mile challenge in honor of Ovarian Cancer Month. So people sign up through Facebook, they track their miles, they ask people to donate throughout the month. They can walk, they can run, they can do it at their own pace. And right now, as of today, the September challenge has raised over $180,000, which is incredible. Beyond fitness, we also have OCRA heroes who host belly dancing events and wine tastings and cocktail parties and art gallery openings and golf tournaments and on and on and on. But another way that people support us is through their business or maybe a local business where they donate a percentage of their proceeds or maybe $1 from a certain product over a period of time, or host a give back night. And we love those as well. So if you own a business or you know a local business in your community that's philanthropic, please send them our way. Probably the easiest and most popular way that people fundraise for us is just creating a fundraising page on our website. In a few clicks, you could have a really customized, personalized fundraising page with your photo and your personal story. A lot of people do this in lieu of birthday gifts or in honor of a milestone. They ask people to donate, like I said, instead of receiving gifts. And then lastly, I'll share our most recent addition, I guess, to the slate of ways that people can fundraise for us, and that's through live streaming. So we recently partnered with Tiltify and the streaming platform Twitch to allow live streamers to engage with their audience and share information about OCRA and ovarian cancer and ask their followers to donate back to us. We held an event back in August over a 2-week period of time called Game Over, but people don't have to participate just during the event. People can live stream and fundraise for us at any time throughout the year, and we'd love to have more people involved. So I know that was a lot of information. I could have shared a lot more, but if you want to learn more, if this sparked an idea that you might have, if you want to get involved and become an OCRA hero, please reach out at events@ocrahope.org. But as Chad said, we'll be around and we'll take questions at the end if anybody has any as well. And now I think next is Susan Layton, who you have all heard about already, who's going to talk more about survivors teaching students.
Thanks, Diana. Well, for those of you who don't know me, I am Susan Layton, and I'm the National Program Director for Survivors Teaching Students. I'm a 25-year survivor of this disease, so I get it when I talk to you about your stories. The first thing I always ask survivors is, what do you want to do? What do you want to say? And without a doubt, they all say, I want to share my story. I want people to hear what I went through so they don't have to go through it. Well, I've got the program for you. It's Survivors Teaching Students. We take our caregivers, our survivors, our family members into classrooms of rising healthcare professionals, and we teach them about the disease of ovarian cancer. We don't teach them what they're going to learn out of a medical textbook. We teach them using our stories. 3 or 4 survivors will go into a classroom of medical students, nursing students, PA and NP, nurse practitioner students, and share their stories in the context of a fact-based presentation. We don't expect the students to come away knowing everything there is to know about ovarian cancer, but we know that they will remember our faces, remember our stories, and they will understand what the risk factors and symptoms of the disease are, so that when they get out into practice, they stand a better chance of remembering our faces and our stories and saying, I need to include this in my differential diagnosis. And it makes a tremendous impact on these students. I'm fortunate in that I get to read the evaluations every single day of these wonderful presentations that are done. And the students always comment, this has been the best lecture I've ever seen. This really drove it home for me. We've been doing this program since 2002, when it was designed by a group of students, by a group of survivors. And we have reached almost 115,000 students over those years. Most of that has happened in the last 5 or 6 years because our presence has really increased as other schools have heard about our program. We have schools come to us and ask us about it. We have about 1,000 volunteers. We are in 40 different states. We're in the Virgin Islands. We also have sister organizations doing it in 4 different countries outside of the United States. So it is truly a worldwide program that's making an impact. If you're interested in this program, we do train you. We help you write your story. We help you develop the best way to tell it within our fact presentation. And you're never alone when you're doing it. You're always with other survivors. Right now, we have been able to expand a lot because we're on a virtual platform for the most part. And in that, we are able to reach schools that we've never been able to reach before because we didn't have survivors in the area. For example, we just expanded to Montana. We've never had survivors in Montana to be able to staff programs, and now we can. We're reaching online nursing schools, which we were never able to do. So there's just a multitude of ways we share our stories. And I will tell you, it is the most empowering thing you can do is to share your story to those healthcare professional students, because they're going to remember it and it's really going to make an impact. So if I could go to the next slide, please. If you get a chance, yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, if you get a chance and you're interested, just go to the OCRAHope.org STS site and fill out one of the volunteer forms, and I will connect you with a team who will help you get set up for training and get you on the road to your first presentation. And I'd love to welcome you to the 1,000+ volunteers. Thank you. And now I'll pass it to Tracy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tracy Moore, and I run OCRA support programs. And OCRA, I think you know, hosts the largest conference, cancer support community and peer mentor program in the country. Next slide, please. I think one of our biggest goals is to ensure that no one is alone and that we give everyone a choice in building this community. So if you're interested in finding out more information, you can visit our website at ocrahope.org/support. I'd like to really talk about our biggest program, which is Woman to Woman. Woman to Woman is a program that was founded at Mount Sinai in 2004, and in 2011, OCRA took the program across the country. It is now our signature support program, and it is an opportunity for those who have been diagnosed and gone through it to become a peer mentor and offer support that only you could offer and understanding that you could offer to those newly diagnosed. We have 34 active sites across the country. And so that involves 34 program coordinators and mentors locally that are available. But in 2019, we realized that we needed a national team so that no matter where you lived in the country, near a big program or far, you would always have the opportunity to have a peer mentor. And you'd also have an opportunity to get involved. So we have a national team as well. If you're interested, you can be part of both. You could be part of a local program and the national team. Our national team actually has 80 mentors. And today we made our 200th match. Yay, which is amazing. But we want to keep building that. We really want to make sure anyone going through this diagnosis, maybe going through a recurrence, someone looking to learn about clinical trials and what that experience is like, can really connect with someone who's been there. And as an oncology social worker, I think we have a real active role in providing support and care, but it really is you who can offer your experiences and your knowledge from someone who's been there. So if you're interested, please go to our website. There are applications. You can fill it out to join our program, or you can find a program near you and you will be welcomed in any of those sites. The program coordinators are listed, or you can apply to us and we'll match you. Next slide, please. As mentioned, though, I just want to reiterate there really is a community that we're building. So if you want to give back and you want to get involved, please become a mentor. But if you're looking for support, we have a patient support line, we have a clinical trial navigator, we have an online community, so you can talk to someone at all hours, day or night, no matter where you are in the world. And we have a support series. Right now we've got 5 weekly programs and 3 monthly programs. So feel free to join in Staying Connected, Inspire, Woman to Woman, or reach out to us on the support line. So I thank you for being part of this community, and I hope you get involved. I'm going to bring us back full circle and bring us back to Sarah DeFeo.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys. That was great. So we do have some time for Q&A. Looking back, I don't think anybody has put questions in the chat, which is fine. So we will open it up to questions. Maybe it's just a way to start rather than having people talking over each other. I'll ask folks to put their questions in the chat and we'll do it that way, and then just to try to keep it organized. So if you have any questions, we'll pause now and type them in. We have more OCRA staff people here in this room than spoke. So we have lots of people available to answer questions. So we'll wait.
I think while we wait, Sarah, you should probably sing something just to entertain people.
Absolutely not, Chad. I think that's your job.
Hey, Susan, this is Lisa in Nashville, Tennessee.
Hi, Lisa.
And I was with the survivors teaching students back when you came to Nashville. And since then, I have gone through a second round or my first round of recurrence. And I'm still interested in getting back into that. Do I just need to email you and let you know?
Yeah, Lisa, if you'll send me an email, that'd be the best way. Our Nashville program, unfortunately, has not gotten into any schools, so we could put you into the virtual team so you could present at other schools, but we can definitely get you involved.
Okay, thanks, Sarah.
You're welcome.
One question that has just come in, ooh, I've lost it. Tracy, you can address this. What is the difference between Inspire and Staying Connected?
Inspire is our online community. So you are able to create a profile and post messages that are topic driven or support driven, and other people will respond to your post, reply, and build community. You can actually archive, you search the archive. So if you had a question and no one answers, it's a great opportunity to learn more about what others have said in the past. Staying Connected are offered over Zoom, so you get to see and speak to each other directly. They're at set times during the week, and we have several different groups. One is Living Well, and it's really living well after recurrence. We have a group for new diagnosis. We have a very small but wonderful group called Evolving Hope. We have an expressive arts program, a loved ones program. We are expanding our family programming. So there's a lot of opportunity if you want to meet people one-on-one in a community, as a group, or online.
Thank you, Tracy. Okay, question. How does the music dedication event work? Does anybody on our events team?
Yeah, so I think in the past, and Nikki, you can jump in too, but I think in the past people have put out music on streaming platforms or for
That's
digital
right.
download. A percentage of the proceeds would go towards us.
We had a guy, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but about a year or so ago, he's a musician and he wrote a song and dedicated it to his mom. And the proceeds from the sale of the song on his CD, and when he played in pubs or wherever he was playing, he would donate back to us. So we included that because it's such a unique way of being able to give back and do something. We're trying to explain that it doesn't have to be a cookie cutter type event. Anything that you want to do that you feel strongly about, we can help you turn it into a fundraiser.
And thank you. Deb just dropped a link in the chat there if anybody wants to check out that particular example.
Thanks, Deb.
Gary Weeks asks the question, this is, when will we launch the genetic testing program? So yes, this has come up perhaps in a few different contexts over the course of the conference. So we are planning to launch a genetic testing program probably next year. So I would say Q1 next year. So stay tuned. We don't have a lot of details to share yet, but we are going to do it. And we're very excited about it. Okay. So there's a question, Tracy, I think this is for you, about being a mentor, even though this person lives in a less populated area. So yes, that's one of the perks of our sort of virtual woman to woman. Tracy, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, please, Diane, join the national team. We would love to have you. That's or anyone who's interested. That's the purpose of the national woman to woman team. It gives us an opportunity to be to offer mentorship to people no matter where they live. And it really has made a difference, I think, to feel less isolated, less alone, and to understand what someone's going through if you're not living in a large city near a big program. So we definitely are seeking mentors who are willing to give back. We're having a woman-to-woman info session on more details tomorrow at 5:30. So if you're interested, or you can always email me. I'm tmoore@ocra.org.
And Tracy, am I right that on that info session, you'll have some women who are mentors in the program currently?
Yes,
To
we'll
talk
have
about their,
mentors,
right.
mentors, coordinators. We'll have, and anyone who's even interested in a match, any opportunity to talk.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
We have a question. Which area is Oklahoma considered, Midwest or Southwest? Susan Layton, I think this is probably an STS related question. So
Yeah, most likely. And it's actually in our Mid-South region, which extends from the western part of Texas all the way through Louisiana and goes up as far as Oklahoma. So it's in that area. And we do have an active team in Tulsa. So if you're interested, let me know.
great. Okay, did I miss anyone's questions? We'll wait a minute. Don't be shy.
Can I just say what an amazing opportunity? I love doing OCRA. Diana's amazing to work with. If you guys want to do something, I put my hero shirt on. Our event is Saturday and we're so excited. And I'm rolling towels, the leftovers we're going to sell. So that's what I've been doing during this. And I do STS with Susan. So I'm a 31-year survivor, and there was no internet or anything resembling internet when I had cancer. I would have given anything to have a person to talk to, much less a group. So it's really such a privilege to be able to be part of this in this stage of my life, because fortunately I never had a recurrence, but I work with a group of dear friends in San Antonio where we're seeing many recurrences. One right now in her 7th recurrence. And it's a wicked cancer, but thank you for all the different groups, the mentors. I would have given my eye teeth for a mentor. That would have been amazing. So I'm just grateful to all of you for all of the programming, and a special shout out to Diana. She's amazing.
I promise I didn't pay her to join this call.
Actually emailed her and said, can I do a cheerleader moment? She says, no, you need to go to STS. Well, then I was that's why I kept getting out and getting on. I thought it was a separate meeting today, but that's tomorrow. So I got to come on and meet everybody, and shout out to Diana. So thank you. Thanks for all you do.
That's great. Thank you. Gary has a question about what Susan, this is for you, about STS. What aspects of risk are covered in that STS presentation?
Right. Yeah, we have always emphasized risk assessment. And with the new research that's come out of late, we're going to even emphasize it more with our new PowerPoint that'll be coming out the first of the year. We want to make sure that doctors and nurses and everybody realizes the importance of risk assessment. So we're going to address it even more than we did previously.
That's great. There's a question here. Does anyone have more info on the rare tumor registry? Sally, is that, I'm not sure I know exactly what you're referring to. I see you. Do you want to unmute and tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, Audra mentioned it in
Okay.
her opening remarks.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't
it
sure if it was something that one of the researchers had talked about, or I wanted to make sure I was
It
answering
was
the right
just this
question.
passing nugget, and I went, and that was it.
So they're like, I know there's a lot happening at OCRA, as you heard, and Audra's opening remarks. We're going to be very busy, and it's going to be very exciting. Next year we have a lot of stuff that we're working on, so stay tuned. You will hear more from OCRA about all these cool initiatives. We do plan to launch a patient registry. Again, timeline to be determined, but you'll be hearing more about that in the future and many of our other upcoming initiatives and projects. So sorry to ask you to be patient, Sally.
That's okay. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I've got a question for your events team. I started to type it, but I didn't want to hang up, have you stop before I did it. So I spend my winters in Florida, and I belong to a group called the Jeep Girl Mafia. And because I drive a Jeep, a teal Jeep. And so I'm trying to create, and that is full throughout the whole state of Florida. Actually, it's throughout the whole country. There are chapters of this Jeep Girl Mafia. And so when I talked to our president of our state, I have an idea to do a big fundraiser in May. And I'm getting a little overwhelmed with how am I going to do that. So do you guys help with that kind of thing? I mean, I'm sure it's nothing you've ever done before. It's going to be like a poker run, except it's going to be ovarian cancer bingo. And the card is going to have symptoms and myths about ovarian cancer, and they have to drive their Jeeps to different sites, pick up a card, and that kind of thing. So they have to like read the symptoms and stuff twice, once on the card, once on the clues, so they'll get it in their head. So again, is that something that you guys can give me advice on, help me with? I'm hoping that if this goes well in Florida, that it will be countrywide after that all the other chapters of Jeep Girl Mafia will do this around World Ovarian Cancer Day in May.
So funnily enough, I've done many a motorcycle poker run in my in my years. So I would be happy to talk through ideas with you. That's exactly what we're here for. We'll brainstorm ideas. We'll offer any support that we can. We'll offer you letters of support if you need help reaching out to your local community. So please reach out to me, because I love that idea and it's really unique. And I think we can really make a splash with with Jeep Girl Mafia.
Yeah, I don't have a Jeep, but I'm actually very excited about this. And I'm gonna have to bring this conversation up gently with my husband later. Like, how about a Jeep?
It's a wonderful group of women, all ages, that just love their Jeeps, and it's more of a social group.
Love
but
it.
when I brought it up to the senior advisors, I'm on the advisory committee, and they all thought it was a wonderful idea for all over the state. So I'd like to see this be something that happens all over the country on that day. That would make like a real big impact on the country.
Absolutely.
So
Reach
how
out.
do I get a hold of you? Just
you know what? You can. I don't think the slide's not up anymore. I'll actually. What's your last name, Carolyn? I'll find you.
Cardos, Kardos.
Okay, I will get in touch
part of
with
the
you.
woman. I'm part of the woman to woman group.
I'll introduce you.
Yes,
Okay.
wonderful. Thank you so
Okay.
much. That's such, I
Okay.
love that idea. I'm excited. I don't know
Okay,
if I'll buy
good.
a Jeep, but I'm excited.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll do it going once, going twice. Um, you know, yes, as Deb put in the chat, feel free to reach out to any, you can always send an email at info@ocrahope.org. Hopefully this has sparked some ideas for you, given you some things to think about, ways that you might like to get involved, and just reach out. This is what we're here for. All of these things, this is what we do. So if you're interested, let us know, and we're here to help you make it happen. Anything else from anyone on the OCRA team? No, not hearing anything. Okay, then. All right, so we'll give you some time back. Go forth, enjoy some more of those sessions, and maybe we'll see you later today at some of the other sessions that we have this evening. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.